Hello, good afternoon. Our project is named the Rotating Fitness Challenge. Prepare for Professor Christopher Nava, Kinesiology class, April 28, 2020. My name is Natasha Espino.
My name is Ahira Mendez.
Mirna Ávila.
Doris Zacarías.
Zairi Torres.
The sentence of the structure, Rotating Fitness Challenge. We are teaching in a school, Brownsville Elementary. We are 5th grade Spanish teachers. We're gonna be presenting the structure of a sentence. The structure of the sentence. La estructura de una oración. We will be teaching our students the structure of a sentence, and they will learn while they're doing exercise based on a circuit that each group will make. And at the end of the lesson or activity, they will each need to be able to identify which is the subject, in this case translated to Spanish to sujeto, and predicate, predicado. And its different components such as the verb, verbo, adjective, adjetivo, and objective, objeto. The importance of the lesson and the level of the students. The importance of this unit is for the students to learn to distinguish and identify the components of a sentence. We are talking about just the basics of it. The students are in a beginner Spanish class, therefore we'll be working according to that. It is important to know this information because it provides us with a framework for the clear written expression of our ideas. A complete sentence always has a verb, and it also expresses a complete idea and makes a sense standing alone. The equipment needed would just be the equipment that the students need. It can be example of weights that will be secure for them, a jumping rope, and also a ball. It would just depend on what they write on their circuit and what they need.
What are the objectives to the lesson plan? The main objective of the lesson plan is to develop and expand their language in a fun and healthy way. Students will have the opportunity to practice their Spanish vocabulary by providing the students with verbs, subjects, and predicates while doing physical activities. Each student will have a short period of time to demonstrate their skills and knowledge on each section. How will this objective be measured? As a future teachers, we will measure the students by encouraging them with physical activities such as visual, kinesthetic, and auditory. Other important measures will be providing the students with didactic methods that will provide the students knowledge in a fun way.
Anticipated difficulties and how they will be addressed. The first one is lack of participation of the students. It will be important to encourage students to participate by telling the students that it will be fun to play and can get some bonus points if they win. The second one is student attitudes and behaviors. This difficulty will be addressed by sending to the bench those students who are not behaving well, but it will be a consideration to play the game again if the student changed their attitude. The third one is students' first exposure or experience to physical education. It will be essential for the teacher to learn about their student attitude and practices about physical education and be sensitive to their feelings and prior experience. And the last one is comprehending expectations and rules. It is fundamental to use diagrams or other visual aids to explain the rules for the activity in order to help students to comprehend their activity and requirements.
Conducting the lesson. So right now I will show more or less how we do it in class. It's of course a more shorter version of it, and of course we will be add more if we were in the classroom. It's just like for this video. In a simple sentence, we have the subject and the predicate, sujeto y predicado. The subject talks about who or what, and the predicate says what the subject does. An example is, el niño se acostó temprano. The boy went to bed early. El niño being the subject and se acostó temprano, the predicate. Within the subject and predicate, we can also talk about the verb, el verbo, and the object, objeto, in a sentence. The verb being the action and the object simply a thing. Example, Anita lava la tina. Anita is the subject, el sujeto, and lava is the verb, which is wash, and la tina is the object, the bathtub. So right now, we're gonna do a example I have prepared for them. It's just like what we could give the students, and it will be like, are you guys able to see?
Yes.
Okay, so right now, just for practice, just this one. Who can read this sentence for me? In English and Spanish, translate it, please.
El niño nada en la alberca.
Okay, and who can just translate it to English?
The boy swimming on the swimming pool.
Okay, and who can tell me the predicate of this sentence?
Nada en la alberca.
Okay,
The
so
predicate.
we have this part, which is nada en la alberca, being the predicate, and the subject.
El niño.
Okay, so we have el niño being the subject. Do we have an object here? ¿Tenemos algún objeto o que podemos clasificar como objeto en esta oración?
La alberca.
Okay.
The
So
swimming
we have la alberca being the object. So in this case, it will be just, we can have just two, like divided in two, which it can be el niño, the boy, the subject. Nada en la alberca, it can be the predicate, but we can also add the object, which is alberca, el objeto, and we can also have a verb. Which one is the verb?
Nada.
Okay. And nada will be the verb, which is swims. Swims will be what the subject does. So right now, we're gonna see this more in depth. We're gonna be able to see this more in depth as we are doing the game and we provide more examples.
Okay. What do you need? You will need a free area to do the exercise. You must move the desk to have more space in the classroom or simply outside of the classroom. Divide the 40 students in 5 groups of 8 students each. A Spanish list of sentences, a couple equipment like jump rope, weights, etc. And let's leave to have fun. The materials will be a chart, any type of equipment a student may need one from the gymnasium. A list of Spanish sentences for each group, music, instruction for a rotation fitness challenge, a timer or a stopwatch timer.
Rotation fitness challenge cues and instructions. The students will draw and exercise circuits on the floor. It will start with one student at the end of the circuit and the rest of the students behind the start sign. At go, the students will start doing the circuit one by one. The child should be able to answer the subject, sujeto, verb, verbo, and the predicate, predicado from the Spanish sentence as they are crossing the circuit. Once the first students complete the circuit, he or she will change spots with the person who was asking this question at first, and so on, as a rotation. Each group will answer most questions that they can on 10 minutes.
Okay, so this is just a picture that we decided to put as the demo of what they're gonna be doing, which is my classmates. I did it, and I don't know if also you were gonna be able. It's just basically the same thing. We have like 3 jumps at the beginning, 5 squats. We have these little footsteps that they would need to follow. Also, from there we have another jump, and then another one. We have jumping jacks. Just it's like they're gonna be doing a turn, jumping jacks, and then walk it, the little like swirl type of thing. And then they're gonna be they're gonna do an exercise of their choice, another 5 squats, and then stop. So what we're gonna do right now will be starting. I'm gonna count until 3 or say go. The first one will be Sahira, and I'm gonna be asking questions as they are doing the circuit. I'm gonna be asking questions like, what is the subject, el sujeto, el verbo, predicado, subject, verb, predicate, and those things. So, okay, it's everybody ready? ¿Están listas?
Yes.
Okay, so vamos a empezar con Sahira. We're gonna start with Sahira. And ready, set, go. Okay, so Sahira, can you tell me the verb of this following sentence? Rogelio does his homework. ¿Me puedes decir el verbo de esta oración? Rogelio hace la tarea.
La tarea. The homework.
Ok, el verbo de la oración. Rogelio hace la tarea. Rogelio does the homework. ¿Cuál es el verbo?
Hace. Do. Hace.
Okay, muy bien. The verb in this sentence is hace, which is Rogelio does, is the verb does, and then the homework. We're gonna go to the next one. I have Doris. So, okay, Doris. Can you tell me which is the predicate of she will travel to New York? El predicado de ella viajará a Nueva York.
Viajaré a Nueva York.
Muy bien, tenemos el predicado que fue viajará a Nueva York. She responded right, with which the predicate in this sentence will be travel to New York. She will travel to New York. Travel to New York, once again, will be the predicate. Now I have Mirna. Mirna, can you please tell me the object of this following sentence? The teacher gives homework. El maestro encarga tarea. ¿Cuál es el objeto de esta oración? Which is the object on this sentence? Okay, we just have a little bit of trouble here. Mirna, you don't have your microphone on.
Encarga la tarea.
Sí, I need the object of this following sentence. The teacher gives homework. El objeto de esta oración. El maestro encarga tarea. ¿Cuál es el objeto?
Encarga la tarea.
Klaus, ¿alguien más puede decir?
La tarea.
Okay, muy bien. So in this case, we have the object being the homework. So the teacher gives homework. The homework will be the object of this sentence. So lastly, I have Sadie. Can you tell me The predicate of this following sentence. The girl cries in her bed. La niña llora en su cama. Which one? El predicado es, ¿cuál?
Llora en su cama.
Ok, muy bien. Ahora sí, todas, everyone did correct. So this is more just an example of what we had to do, just following the circuit that everyone did. And also the idea of this lesson was that one person was gonna be standing at the stop sign, and then the rest of the students are gonna be standing at the start. So from each group, and then they're gonna be doing the circuit, and the person whoever is standing in the stop sign is gonna be asking the questions. When the first student completes the sentence, they're gonna rotate. The person who was at the stop first is gonna move to the back of the line, and the person who just got there is gonna stay there asking the questions, and they're gonna be moving like that, so on and so on. Okay.
The closest to the student. The student should be able to know a little more about the Spanish grammar. Children should be able to identify sujeto, verbo y predicado on a Spanish sentence. There is another example for what we did, that Ana es el sujeto, estudió español, estudió es el verbo, y el objeto es español, y el predicado es estudió español.
What modification will you change to the lesson if needed? The modification that we will change to the lesson will be that instead of making circuits for the activity, it can be conducted by making only one circuit for the whole class, working on the activity and competing with each other. Other modification can be that it will be essential to add special accommodations for the games for special education students, and finally, add special equipment for special education students.
Modifications for research on students. If in the activity there is a student that is in a wheelchair, they could help me to set the sentence for the group. In a group work, it's possible of volunteer students to push the students' wheelchair when needed. Teach the students to be helpful, to learn how to react with empathy versus pity. Create new rules for the limitations. Discuss with the students what other choices or modifications are going to be made, and ask the students their thoughts. Also, work with the students to adapt their abilities. In the activity, limit amount of quick wheelchair movement to prevent suctions and blisters. Practice the activity indoors or underground for easy maneuvering. And finally, checking with the students after doing the activity to see what went well and what they can try next time. So, what we learn as a group. This lesson plan teaches us how to make a proper structure, what is convenient for students to have good learning. Also, know how to react in anticipate difficulties in case a student does not want to involve kids in the activity. Group projects can refer to skills that are relevant to both group and individual work. As a group, we learn that without it can cause a misinterpretation for a long time. We learned that it is necessary to have other modifications for the students with special needs.
Thank you, and do exercise.